Hypocrisy, hypocrisy, I've thought to myself. Absolute hypocrisy. Everywhere are hypocrites. I watch a people boast in how they proclaim the truth boldly no matter who they offend, only to turn around and be easily offended themselves. I see them tell others, "Your teacher isn't God, stop idolizing them and see the issues I've shown you," but then make sacred cows of their own beloved teachers. A guy can in one breath tell other believers to get thicker skin because too many Christians are soft nowadays, and in the next breath throw a fit and accuse his brethren of moral defects for not seeing something the same way. I watch ministries call out churches for using market-driven strategies for growth, yet they market their own material quite well to their tens of thousands of followers. They lambast the celebrity status of other famous pastors and leaders, yet they hold large conferences as the headline speaker where thousands of people are praying just for a chance to meet them. I watch a guy tell young believers to not take a mere man's words for something and study it out from the word for themselves, yet frequently turn to his own favorite teachers or websites anytime he has a question. They rage against those they feel are misrepresenting their view on a doctrine, yet they speak out against views they've only learned about from people who disagree with those views. They claim to want to make disciples and self-feeders, yet they greatly discourage thoughts differing from their own, to the point of instilling fear of even considering a different perspective. I see the rude and belligerent demand to be respected by others. I see the one advocating strict virtue regarding the opposite sex be a dog behind closed doors. There's a man condescending and mocking others for not being more kind during disagreements. I see the one claiming to want brotherhood shun other doctrinal perspectives. Those demanding accountability making excuses for those they like. The preacher of generosity stiffing the waiter after church. One praising the fruits of the Spirit but rolling her eyes when told to exhibit more loving kindness. And it just goes on and on. I kept mulling over other examples I had witnessed, and anger really started to boil up every time I dwelled on it for too long. I was growing cynical of people in general, and it seemed everywhere I turned I just witnessed more hypocrisy. But talking about it with the Lord, I remember looking up and seeing myself in the mirror, but something was different this time, and I couldn't quite place my finger on it. I started to see myself in various situations in my past doing the exact things I was angry at others for doing. The ways I demanded and expected virtue from others, but knowing I wouldn't give it in return. I started to put myself in others' shoes and ask if I would be any different. I wanted to lie to myself and say I'd be better, but the Lord wouldn't let me. I bowed my head and looked away. I gave a deep sigh as I realized the truth. I'm just as guilty as anyone I've witnessed. Noticing a vice in others doesn't mean you're immune to it. And when that vice is hypocrisy and seeing it in others makes you feel you're exempt from it, that itself may just be the height of hypocrisy, one I found myself guilty of. I wasn't seeing people with a moral problem. I was seeing people exhibit a distinctly human flaw and didn't have the wisdom to see it in myself. To observe an issue often brings with it the responsibility of working to solve it. But when it's an issue you can't deny in yourself, that brings with it the responsibility of removing your own plank before you approach another, now with grace and humility, to help with their speck.